of the Imitation of Christ by Thomas à Kempis. Book 3 of Interior Consolation. Chapter 6 of the Proof of a True Lover. Son, thou art not as yet a valiant and prudent lover. Why, Lord? Because on a little opposition thou fallest off from what thou hast begun, and thou too greedily seekest after consolation. A valiant lover stands his ground in temptations, and yields not to the crafty persuasions of the enemy. As I please him in prosperity, so I displease him not in adversity. A prudent lover considers not so much the gift of the lover as the love of the giver. He looks more at the good will than the value, and prizes his beloved above all his gifts. A generous lover rests not in the gift, but in me above every gift. All is not therefore lost, if sometimes thou hast not that sense of devotion towards me or my saints, which thou wouldest wish to have. That good and sweet affection, of which thou sometimes hast a sense, is the effect of present grace, and, as it were, a foretaste of the heavenly country. But thou must not lean too much upon it, because it comes and goes. But to fight against the evil motions of the mind as they arise, and to despise the suggestion of the devil, is a sign of virtue and of great merit. Let not therefore strange fancies trouble thee, on whatever subject they may thrust themselves upon thee. Keep thy resolution firm, and thy intention upright towards God. Neither is it an illusion that thou art sometimes rapt into an ecstasy, and presently returnest to the accustomed frivolities of thy heart. For these thou dost unwillingly suffer rather than do, and as long as they displease thee, and thou resistest them, it is merit and not loss. Know that the old enemy strives by all means to hinder thy desire after good, and to divert thee from every devout exercise, to wit, from the veneration of the saints, from the pious meditation of my passion, from the profitable remembrance of thy sins, from keeping a guard upon thy own heart, and from a firm purpose of advancing in virtue. He suggests many evil thoughts, that he may weary and frighten thee, that he may withdraw thee from prayer and from holy reading. He cannot abide humble confession, and if he could, he would cause thee to cease from communion. Believe him not, take no heed of him, even though he again and again spread for thee the snares of his deceit. Charge him with it when he suggests wicked and unclean things, and say to him, Begone, unclean spirit, be ashamed, miserable wretch. Foul indeed art thou to suggest such things as these to my hearing. Depart from me, thou wicked tempter, thou shalt have no part in me, but Jesus will be with me as a valiant warrior, and thou shalt stand confounded. I had rather die and undergo all torment than consent to thee. Hold thy peace and be silent. I will hear thee no longer, although thou mayest try to trouble me yet more. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Though a host of men should stand together against me, my heart shall not fear. The Lord is my helper and my redeemer. Fight like a good soldier, and if sometimes thou fallest through frailty, rise up again with greater strength than before, trusting in my fuller grace, and guard thee much beforehand against vain complacency and pride. Through this many are led into error, and sometimes fall into blindness well nigh incurable. Let this fall of the proud, who foolishly rely on their own strength, serve thee as a warning, and keep thee always humble. And that concludes Chapter 6 of Book 3 of the Imitation of Christ.